Unsolved mysteries leaving people baffled. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but sometimes the unknown is fascinating. It is true that humans, by nature, are curious. We get excited by mysteries and always try to solve them. Over the centuries, we have solved great mysteries. However, we still have several that have been left unsolved, baffling humans for years. Today, we're going to discuss the top 10 unsolved mysteries of all time. But before we start, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like our content and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Mystery number 1, dark matter. Jacobus Kapteyn first hypothesized dark matter in the early part of the 20th century. Kapteyn was a Dutch astronomer who discovered the unseen material that takes another form to interact with visible matter. These particles cannot be detected because they do not emit, reflect, or absorb light. It remains a mystery because we are unable to examine it to understand how it works. Dark matter is believed to account for nearly 85% of all matter, and the name dark comes from the inability to interact with any electromagnetic field. Without dark matter, galaxies would separate and our cosmic movements would not be the same. Dark energy also works with dark matter and combined takes up 95% of the total energy mass. Due to the unknown aspect and unsolvable nature of dark matter, it is often found in fictional books and movies. Number 2, Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is a 240-page book believed to have been written in the 15th century. It is an unknown language full of illustrations. The symbols have yet to be identified, and there are drawings and odd objects. A Polish-American obtained the book in 1912, naming it after himself. However, carbon dating suggests it's close to 600 years old. Many over the years have attempted deciphering it, with the latest being a German Egyptologist, Rainer Hennig, in 2020. Hennig believes it is a songbook written mostly in Hebrew, but possibly a combination of Arabic and Aramaic as well. This is not the first time that Hebrew has been suspected. However, many scholars still feel the book is a hoax and does not mean anything. Mystery number 3, Kryptos. A large sculpture sitting outside the CIA headquarters in Virginia is known as Kryptos. It is 12 feet tall and a cryptographic puzzle constructed by Jim Sanborn. He has used 1,800 characters arranged to form 4 encrypted messages. The first 3 have been decrypted, but the 4th remains a mystery. Sanborn has given clues to aid in the decryption. The first 3 messages hold clues to the 4th. The letters NYPVTT becomes Berlin after decryption. The letters MZFPK becomes clock after decryption. You better delve into that particular clock. There are several really interesting clocks in Berlin. The letters QQPRNGKSS becomes northeast after decryption. The letters FLRV becomes east after decryption. If you're up for a challenge and feel like solving puzzles is your thing, take a trip to Virginia and take a shot at decrypting. Mystery number 4, the Beale Ciphers. If you like gold hunting, you will want to check out the Beale Ciphers. These 3 ciphertexts supposedly show the location of ancient treasures. Theoretically, gold, precious jewels, and silver are hidden beneath the ground that may be worth over $43 million. There is also a $12 million reward for anyone who can decipher the text. This pamphlet was initially created in 1885 by a man named Thomas Beale. He gave the leaflet to an innkeeper and then vanished. According to legend, the innkeeper held on to the box for 23 years before opening, then gave the box to a friend upon death. His friend spent 2 decades attempting to decode the message, finally gave up and published the text. Number 5, Feistos Disc. The Feistos Disc is a clay disc from the Minoan Palace of Feistos. It is believed to be from the Bronze Age and just under 6 inches in diameter. Both sides are stamped with unknown symbols. In addition, its origins are unknown, and the purpose remains disputed. Luigi Pernier discovered the disc in 1908, but some scholars believe it is a hoax. The most important question that has remained unanswered is where to start reading the symbols. The current belief is that one side discusses a pregnant goddess, while the other discusses a goddess who has grown dim. However, most other scholars have not agreed upon Gareth Owens, a specialist in the Minoan script. Mystery number 6, Jack the Ripper. One of the most famous unsolved mysteries of all time is Jack the Ripper. The killing spree began in London in 1888, and to this day, the killer remains unidentified. Suspects have been both male and female. The nickname Ripper came from the way bodies were slaughtered and ripped apart. Internal organs were removed in some, while throats were slashed on others. It is unknown the exact number of victims or the triggers. It is believed to be due to sexual sadism or rage. The murder spree ended as quickly as it began 3 years later. Mystery number 7, Malaysian Airlines flight. The Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 took flight on March 8, 2014 and vanished in midair. It was flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing and dropped off the radar. There were not any calls of distress from the pilots, and the weather was clear. They have found only 33 pieces of the plane, but not the black box or any of the passengers to be able to determine what happened. In the past week, they have discovered the plane entered a 22-minute hold pattern that exhausted much of the fuel. Some theories include the pilot committing a mass murder-suicide, but others believe that he attempted to land in the water and the plane disintegrated. During that year, there were many storms, so it is unclear if the remainder of the debris or the passengers will ever be found. Mystery number 8, Disappearance of Amelia Earhart. The first female aviator to fly across the Atlantic Ocean on a solo flight disappeared in July 1937. Amelia Earhart was one of the best pilots and was born in Atchison, Kansas. She was married and enjoyed competitive flying. During an attempt to become the first female to finish a circumnavigational flight, she disappeared during the final leg. It is believed that she crashed, but her remains nor the plane have ever been found. She is still viewed as one of the most inspirational women and entered the National Aviation Hall of Fame in 1968. Mystery number 9, Flight 19 and the Bermuda Triangle. Flight 19 and the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the biggest unsolved mysteries of all time, claiming lives, planes, and ships. While there are many occurrences, you can find one that occurred in 1945 when an American Navy plane took off in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and disappeared over the triangle. It was believed that he mistook some islands after his compass stopped working, but that was later changed to prevent the pilot from being responsible. Searches ended with the loss of another aircraft that exploded mid-flight. The Bermuda Triangle has been nicknamed the Devil's Triangle and covers just under 450,000 miles of sea. The name Bermuda Triangle comes from Vincent Gladys in 1964 and the random disappearing acts that have not dissipated in over 2 centuries. Mystery number 10, the disappearance of 2 Alcatraz escapees. In June 1962, 3 men escaped from Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. Clarence and John Anglin and Frank Morris concocted a plan to break out of prison and then disappeared. Using papier-mâché, they created heads to make it look like they were asleep during bed checks. Then, they used a vacant corridor and left upon an inflatable raft. While it is unknown where they went to, it is believed they drowned while in the frigid San Francisco Bay. With that said, the U.S. Marshals still consider it an open case even after 60 years and keep all 3 men on the most wanted list. Alan West also attempted to break out with the Anglin brothers and Morris, but failed while escaping the island. There are many more unsolved mysteries that have left people baffled for centuries. While they are all unanswered, curiosity has driven humankind to dive deep. Between solving decrypted code, looking for hidden treasure, or finding lost people, the mysteries of this world cause people to want to know more. Science is an area that is so vast that we've only begun to understand a tiny part of it. Whether these puzzles will ever be solved is unknown, but it never hurts to keep looking for answers. Do share with us in the comment section, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.